You can kind of compare. Well, here we all made it. The group in front of you, our final group. The one that brings a smile to my face every day because they're such wonderful children. They never lose anything. They never forget their instrument. They never lose their music. In fact, I think today we lost a sheet of music because it fell off the stand onto the chair, and then they sat on it. And we could not find it. Not that that ever happened to your child, but it happened to somebody else. This is the junior high band. 7th and 8th graders combined. My 7th graders are always brand new. My 8th graders have usually had a full year of band, so they're mixed together in their ability levels. We do use the older students to help teach the younger students, and they're really great about that. They'll come and help each other out. How does this work? Where does this go? And the first piece we're going to play for you, it's not really a song. It's called Remember the First Days. And especially if you have a 7th grader sitting here on the stage, you're going to remember the sound that this instrument made the day it walked in your door. And it's probably a memory you will keep for a lifetime. I am sure that my parents remember my first clarinet days. And I don't know that it sounded like a clarinet, but it did look like one when I brought it home. So our very first piece is actually going to be a small sample of the different steps in time that you probably heard in the months of August, September, and maybe October. And our first piece, Remember the First Days. The first sounds that we played, we didn't even have an instrument yet. So we just made sound on the parts that we had. And our first sound sounds like this. And believe me, that lasted a while. And then we learned how to put the parts together in the right places. And we made a new sound. And it started to sound like this. And then came the best day ever, when we all played at the same time. Let's not forget, we didn't know what we were doing, but we played together, and it made a very interesting sound, and it went a little bit like this. Thankfully, that did not last long. But then eventually we figured out what we were doing. We made steps towards actual music. And so we began to sound a little more like a song, if you will. student conductor that was the best at that skill is going to be leading our group, Miss Anna Martha Campbell.